Hi guys, Dr. Chloe Costigan here from Mobility Doc. Today I'm going to take you through the first week of a 4-part series for yoga backbends. So I have made a triplet of 3 different exercises to help to improve Cobra and up dog. Then there's also this bonus of working on a little bit of strength and some of the patterning for Cobra and up dog. So I'm going to take you through 3 exercises, 1 to improve flexibility, 1 to improve stability, and then the 3rd to improve strength. Exercise 1 is the floor pec stretch. This is going to be really helpful for making sure that the shoulder head is in a good position for when you do Cobra. So we don't want the shoulder head moving forward, we need it back. So you're going to start by lying on your stomach. If I'm stretching this left side, my left arm is going to be out in a T. So I'm reaching out to those fingertips as best I can, and then I'm going to bend my elbow. So I want my bicep so it's pointing up as best I can. Then I'm going to bring my the front of my shoulder down toward the ground, and then I'm going to turn. So then I should feel this stretching throughout the front of my left side. So if you see from my right side, place that arm down, and then I'm just turning. I can bring this leg behind me if I want to get a little bit more of a stretch, but notice though how I'm not lifting up. I'm just trying to stay down, just like this. The second exercise for our triplet is typically a little bit more stability driven, but because this is week 1 of a 4-part series for improving your back bends, focusing on up dog, we're going to really highlight a little bit of that flexibility that's needed, but we're also going to highlight where you need flexibility and where you need stability. So we're going to do trunk extension over the block. So I'm going to start with the block right at the bottom of my rib cage, because here I want this movement to come from my thoracic spine, and I'm not moving my pelvis or my lumbar spine at all. So typically what happens is we start to overarch our back if we don't have enough flexibility in our middle back. Then when I go to lower myself down, what's going to happen is I'm going to be more inclined to also just lead with my head, whereas I'm trying to keep this stability in my lumbar spine, in my lower back, and some of that stability in my neck, so I'm not letting my chin go all the way back, and I'm just trying to get this movement from the thoracic spine. Then I'm going to go up to the next vertebrae, because you have 12 vertebrae in your thoracic spine, so we're just trying to highlight extension at each one of those. It's going to be a little bit easier at some versus the other, and you see how it's like I'm only going up an inch or so because those 12 vertebrae are pretty close together. And I'm not pausing, or I'm pausing for a second at the bottom, but I'm not holding a stretch. And I'm just kind of just pause a little bit and then come back up. The 3rd exercise are bent over YTWs. These are going to be really helpful for focusing on some of the stability of the spine, but then working on some shoulder engagement. So you're going to first start in a hinge position like this. And then you're going to move your arms in the shape of a YTW. So Y, T, and then W, like this. So to review, my arms are going to be coming up into a Y shape. Then they're going to be coming out into a T shape. And then this W is a row plus external rotation of turning that bicep up, okay? So you're going to alternate through Y, T, W, focusing on making sure that the shoulders aren't rounding as you do this, and that your shoulders aren't coming up toward your ear. You want to try to stay in a neutral position from head to the sacrum. Okay, so now that you know the 3 exercises of the triplet, here's what I want you to do. You're going to hold the floor pec stretch for 30 seconds on each side. Then you're going to move right into the trunk extension over the foam roller, trying to find 10 spots along that thoracic spine, starting at the bottom of the rib cage, moving up to the base of the neck. Then you're going to do 5 each of the YTW. So do Y, T, W, repeat 5 times. Then that's the first round of the triplet. So you've gone through each exercise 1 time. You're going to repeat that 2 more times. So you're going to do a total of 3 exercises 3 times each. After finishing the triplet, you're going to do this strengthening portion for Cobra and up dog. So I'm going to show you 2 exercises. You're going to alternate between those 2. Okay, so we're first going to do a dynamic Cobra press up. So You're gonna lie on your stomach. Your fingertips are gonna be out in a T. And now I'm gonna be highlighting moving from my thoracic spine. So I'm not moving from my lower back, I'm not moving from my neck, and my shoulders aren't really moving. So my shoulder heads are in a neutral position, so they're not sliding forward, they're just in neutral. And then I'm going to use the muscles of my middle back to lift up and then come down. So I'm gonna do 5 just like this, just really focusing on that movement through the middle back. I need to press my legs down, making sure my toes are pointing straight back. And then as I'm pressing through my hands, I'm really focusing on making sure that I'm moving from my middle back, just like you did in the trunk extension over the foam roller. Then the next exercise are up dog pull throughs. So I'm gonna come in this all 4 position. I'm gonna walk my knees back slightly. So then I'm on the tips of, I'm on like my kneecaps. If you need to put something underneath your knees, that's okay. So you might have to kind of play around with some of this positioning too. So I'm gonna bring my my heels toward my bottom. Now I'm gonna focus on extending through my middle back, just like I did in the Cobra press-ups, but I'm also extending my hips. For the first few, you can be a little further away, then you can walk your hands back. So I'm coming forward and back, and forward and back. Now I'm highlighting that I'm pressing my hands into the ground. I'm moving from my middle back, so my middle back, my sternum is going forward and also up without moving my neck, and then I'm extending my hips. You're gonna do 3 of those. So you'll do 5 Cobra press-ups, 3 up dog pull-throughs, and you're gonna repeat that a total of 3 to 4 times.